Honestly, we don't want Andrew anymore. We don't know who want him. Who want him can take it. But Andrew not serve no purpose in Jamaica anymore. That's my thought. Alright.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Water, sir. It's when the rain falls, sir. Too much water, we want some more capital to carry for the water in the rain falls. But so we take the garden, pick a bars of the water for the crop and dig the water. So catch the water. Store the water when the rain falls. We store the water. That's my question.
Any other suggestions? Any question, suggestion? Can I hear it? Do you want light? Put it on the house. Oh. Oh, you say it's street light? Oh, because you come from Maxwell Street, don't you? Oh. Maxwell Street.
Rain is falling and we still have to get a pool to catch the water up here. The water you can't do.
Well, yesterday the whole part is sprinkling here. There are some things that we have to face reality about. Is that some serious discussion have to take place with the resident about how we fix the problem around here. And you have to also understand that even the wind is not free anymore. So if you got a little flat rate, people pay. And I remember some time ago when the tank was not fenced around. Everybody remember all the way it took place up there. And we have one meeting inside here. I think it was Mr. McCullough was the manager at Laken. And we take a decision then that fence the place, upgrade it, and regulate it in a certain way that people can get water. And you could be able to pay a flat rate. And people agree on that, you know. But after we agree, the end of the sea did not carry through all of what was the plan. So I think it's something that we need to go back to. That we want a good service. And the truth about it, if chicken across the road here, so can survive by his investment over down here, I think we can be able to do a system that other areas can and people can benefit. And what chicken charge? $2,000? Is $2,000 a month? $4,000.
Yeah, so if we got 2,000, we come to like we give 4,000.
Oh, those who are pumped is 4?
Yeah.
And those
I'm free for 2,000.
Right. So comrade, is that let us understand that we have to look on it because we want the service. Everybody that wants to know that when you go home you can turn on the pipe and you can catch a bath and you pay $2,000 or $3,000. Are you comfortable? You understand me? It's like when you say you want light and you pay like bill and you're comfortable enough, you have to take nobody or for instance somebody will tell you say, you have to plug out your TV for me to get light. You understand? So therefore something like this, it is important for us to have proper discussion.
On the other hand, the big line was about Russian and the Soviet Union water, but the big line bus. Now this water, that's why now the water.
Huh?
Was on the line, it changed.
Yeah, hold on. Any other question, comrade? A suggestion? Remember, all the solutions that we are giving, no we know. It's just in a couple of weeks' time when we take government, we want to implement them. So anything what you want is to tell me. Comrade. Comrade. Hello? Yes. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, that is another thing that we can look at. But remember, also, as those that track, you have to get permission. No, yes. All right. How far up here it is now? Yeah, no, it's in bar, but you know? Yes, it's like over here. So how far up here like that? Trying to reach, you know, the flat. What is it? Yeah, no, that is right. The master of gate. All right. All right. That is something we need to look at also. But especially for Sangani to come right now, there are 20 other computers still in the computer. Huh?
Sir, if you go inside, it's Chichiteko. All the new if you ever, sir, I know computers have to upgrade. But sir, the building, sir, I'm here
Anyway, 5 years. 5 years we pay the dear price for that. Because if the center was in use, we wouldn't have that type of big problem there. So it tells us that we have a thing big. And part of the thing that I believe and I will fight for is that we must get back the Sanguinity Community Center into what you call a training center. We must get it back. It cannot be that it get a white elephant. When you look on it, you know, to see all of those young people who are going there for the early childhood program, and to see those 30 young people today into a job. And at the training there, it was free. A matter of fact, it was yesterday, Pastor Sita reminded the church that Fair Farm, she grew up, she never said, you have to pay people for going to school. Every person was getting a stipend to come to class. And you have 20 other computers locked up down there. 25. We have to talk big things now, comrade. And we must get back the center to what it used to be. So that is something that we're going to have on the agenda. And we must bring back the place that people used to be proud of it when they are passed down here. You believe that any big field down here. You said go? Yeah. Over there is a clean and look nice. People used to pass and say, boy, the place look good and all of that.
Which was their community and have that peace.
Yes. You know, when you sometimes you pass here, you look and you say, cow type on the field and goat and all kind of stuff. It just don't look good. We must be able to invite people to come to our community, can come play a match. You understand me? Yesterday I remember I was looking through something. And you know that Silent Hill and Sanguinity in sports. We have some money there was to put it light around the field. I never remember about it, and yesterday find something where the CDF money was given to InSports to install light around the field. But when you lose everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And especially if you find somebody who take over from you, who have the interests of your community at heart.
Destruction, yeah. Destruction.
So therefore, let us look at the thing and say it's a big deal. Look around here. The two classrooms right here first. It was in my first term when I lived in Jamaica, we had the two classrooms here. Just think about it. If we have 2 classrooms here, what would have? This and a little piece on this one. And then we put in the other 2 classrooms, now they put it 2 classrooms, and a lovely kitchen. Many schools don't have this type of kitchen. I put in 1 bathroom over there. That pit, they move from pit latrine to flush toilet. When we build a kitchen, I said to them when they're doing the dry, make sure that you put one place when people work, finish work, every time if they want to be in the school, they can be in the school, the cooks, the home. They have a shower in there. We must stop things small as they big. Because we have big people.
So still, a lot of persons don't know. You say no, but a lot of persons don't know that.
This is why we must bring the information. See, like when you got church, Brother Paul, and you deliver the ceremony, and you must go even tell how good God is. We can hide it in our back pocket, and hide to ourselves. Because every day look like me if we talk and talk about the things we've done. We could have finished put up the 2 other building, the other building upstairs. If we never lost the 2020 election. You see, you hear me say we, you know say me. You notice me, you say me. You say we, because it is you who will me. So this thing about I is not about I, it's about us. All right. So anybody have anything else to say? And then we're going to take the anything else?
Yes, sir. You know, was it Wednesday? We had a hard gathering.
Thursday.
Sir, I was over at the center. And when I see the amount of water that run from and go on the field, oh no. We need to control the waters. We need to be happy.
What is it, drain block down here? Because that should be the water, the culvert across there, carry the water across there, so it's blocked.
Sorry, Karen.
Well, that is what is for bad government. Bad MP.
And that's a big green.
You understand? You know, one thing about it, if you travel on the road when the rain fall, or white shop, all the water from white shop goes straight down here. Every one of the drain block. Alright? Anything else? Going once? Twice? Alright. So we'll ask Comrade Karen Carty to say a few words. And then, so Comrade Carty, over to you.
Good evening, comrades. Good evening, comrades. I first want to greet the 2 councillors at the table and our upcoming MP. This afternoon, it's about reasoning and discussing the most important part of the politics, because the music and the motorcades and jump around is not normally the order of the day. Because we have a lot of persons on motorcades, and when election comes, they don't want to vote, and that doesn't make sense. So this afternoon, we have to have a series of meetings where we look on the things that are affecting the constituency and by large each division. you that it has been a real rough ride for the past 5 years, almost 5 years. We are without representation from every angle, whether it be councillor, MP, government, etc. The other day when I was at a particular school and someone walked up and said, Miss Carty, trust me, you better than you are the councillor because we are see you and you will do well. But the answer is, too late is our cry. We had the opportunity to do what was right. But unfortunately, some persons didn't see fit for us to have our councillor in Frankfield who will represent and represent well. The main topics, though, are the roads, the water, the bridges, the highways and the byways. And I don't know if all these can be fixed in another 5 years when we have our new MP, Comrade Richard Hassan. Because without a doubt and without any water in my mouth, he is our only rescue. And we cannot afford to fool ourselves this time. We have to step out. We have to step in. We have to put in the work. Some of us have to prepare to be out for the late hours. And when we are called upon to do whatever we have to do, example, our little canvas and all that. I know sometimes some of us might be tired and weary. Not because we are physically tired, but we are emotionally tired. And the thing about it is that we are still living in limbo, and whatever happened, some of us still not recovered as yet. I still believe some comrades, I still believe that some of the comrades are still wondering what really happened in the last election. And the truth is, we have to get it corrected for this election. I can tell you, comrades, that when it comes to Frankfield Division, it's a whole lot of work. And when I look at the amount of roads that sir have to get fixed down there, I am wondering if it's the same amount in Farley, and if it's the same amount in Thompsontown, and if it's the same amount in Riches, all over. So what we are going to do, comrades of Sanguinetti, Farley Division, etc., please remember that when it comes to Frankfield, we have to put out the extra work for sir to get a suitable number. But the numbers that will help us with victory more than all comes from this division. So the workers and the warriors from this division, we are expecting you to come all out so that when it comes over to Thompsontown and Riches, I'm sure will be pretty well with your numbers. Frankfield also, because I can tell you that down in Frankfield, the feedback is just that while we walk up Mr. Hassan, only Mr. Hassan, only Mr. Hassan. And if Frankfield can say that, I know every other division is singing the same song. Take for example, so comrades, our guest speaker and me has just sir will do the welcome afterwards. Welcome, sir. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. I was saying that when it comes to work, comrades, we have everybody a friend election morning, except for the liberate them. Not even, and we don't want to know about when it comes to election, I have your liberate friend, and let you hear up. Go check with nobody. And them and a friend that they need. Fear your station in your book, your voters list. We don't even want a sweetie because we don't know if people give a sweetie, we will drop asleep. So we don't have nothing with them that they need. Straight we are work, we don't walk no friend, we don't live bad, we don't broke no fight. Right, the intimidation part of it, and I speak of total that I work. And I said to somebody, if it's one election, I am glad that I am back to my normal work and my regular post is this one. Because you have some comrades when they go vote. From them go to the polling station and see labor rights. You get covered on your vote and you're gone on your yard. Just like how them stick around, we are stick around too. So whatever they are up to, we up to it too. So you vote and you stick around, or you vote and you're going to your cousin, your sister, your neighbor. This is an election but we can't afraid of nobody, you know. Because apparently the talk is that where you can't win your teeth. So we have to be the bigger thief. Because you can't depend for thief and come win for your next 5 years. We under pressure if you allow people to thief election. Whichever way they think they can thief. So you see the indoor agents, that day we have to get some double lens glasses, someone who don't wear glasses, glass mounters on our 4 eye. Because we have to need it. No, not your thing, we have to be keen. We have to stir, we have to open and protect what is ours. Because when it comes to 5 o'clock, we don't want to shed tears, we feel jump and a shout. And when we are practicing, we wait for the whole of the religion to come down, if it comes spread out in the town. And the happiness comes after and the work comes first. So we have to just do what we have to do to cover. We have to cover everything up in the most way and the best way we can. Comrades, it's not a walkover and it takes hard work. This is not the time when we have to talk about disgruntled or whatever. Everybody's supposed to get past disgruntled behavior because we are so bad. So right now we're supposed to approve the night here and say Andrew called election in the morning so that we can come out with a vote. Right, and we vote early too. We vote early. All of the 1 in 20 or 1 in 10. By certain hours we're supposed to get them out and help some other comrades get out, put them 1 in 20 or put them 1 in 10. So comrades, I can tell you that due to my living condition, where when the river comes down, basically I don't live anywhere on the streets. Because if the rain fall and the river catch me on the streets, it's either I sleep somewhere or I wait till it draw me crossing. Saturday night, persons were crossing arriving at 12:30. And those are people who don't have anywhere to stay on the road. So they sit down on them roadside and wait till the river draw. It has been a 40 years history that commoners and break and give us a bridge, and unfortunately the same flood waters wash away 2 bridges, not 1 but 2. And several times we block road, we demonstrate, nothing going on. You have MP, you have government, you have councillor, and no one to help us. Sunday morning, my daughter could have been fatherless. His van got over in the river. He was taking out some market people, and the van washed off the concrete. 4 o'clock in the morning, you have to call for help. So I'm not sure what the government is waiting on, because I heard that they have announced a bridge for Southwood in Parliament. And I can't see a bridge coming now, maybe 2 months or 3 months before election. So I am asking your comrades, please let us do what we have to do. And I'm asking everybody in Stallings and some relative, please vote so that we can help with to get with MP so that we can get the bridge. I thank you, my comrades.
All right, please stand give Comrade Carter a hand. And while Comrade Carter was speaking, our guest speaker, and the soon be elected Member of Parliament for Central Manchester, Comrade Donovan. And he make one lady start get busy already and talk like a rubbish. So welcome, Comrade Mitchell, to Sanguinetti. Comrades, while Comrade Carty was speaking, something just come back to my mind that I want to share with all of you. Because sometimes we keep hiding away and afraid to say certain things. Comrade, that's our son, Seymour. Got a farmer card. You test everything. Getting JC number. Can't hear anything. So I take it upon myself and say, let me call ministry to find out for him. The man, they cancel it. Cancel because they said, you are not a member of Parliament again because you give him card and all of that. That's another lie. It's a fact. We give out, what, 40 in 2019 or 2020. 2019, that one was cancelled. But the worst part of it is that one, he got the card in 2018 and did all the things and called Samuda while he was Minister of Labour. Said that everybody who get a card for the last 2 years, new MP now, 49 of them. So say like how we can have 49 28 bank account, make everybody have 28 bank account. It is the first time in the history of Jamaica something like that ever happened. Because every time you have a change, whatsoever happened in the government do before, it continues. So therefore, people don't understand how wicked this government is, you know. So sometimes we come away, so we laugh and we talk about certain things, but we don't understand it hurt a number of people. So, Seymour now, we have to think about how we give one card again. And some people have said, why make it one card already? But it's not so. You get one card and you never get to trouble. Because this wicked and hearing and wicked feel that our painting get it, so therefore we can't say it. Anyway, at this time I will call on Councillor Williams to speak. I remember that he's not feeling well, so therefore I'm not going to use the mic. I'm going to keep everything clean. Our guest speaker, mayor, and the next member of Parliament of Central Manchester. Councillor for his father, Division Comrade Chalaga. Uno knows lady. All right, comrade. Comrades are good night. Comrades, all good night. Good night. That's so good. We have a task. We're on a mission now. And that mission is to rescue Larry's life. I rescue reaches the Cover Chivaga and no, let us say all of us rescue reaches the and the squad. Unfortunately, something told our family, but the two comrades don't get this. The bigger picture is ahead of us, the general election. Every time that we travel, anywhere you stop and see somebody is hungry, Adam says and things devastation, and that's a fact. We need to turn that tide. Not as Clarendon don't use a thing like that. Not like that. I sit and hear Miss June talking about the chichi at the only place. It was Mr. Adam was the enemy. That not happened. There are little iffy and butty Jamaican terms. We don't have time to that now. All of us inside here know the good work of Mr. Adam. All of us inside here know it. People on the outside know the good works of him. The Prime Minister look for good PNP. All of them now go to what class we have? What class we have? So me I'm taking two. Me I'm taking you now. Because the election. You see when we start back?
We are back already. We're back already.
Yeah, start back. You see when you go behind the screen and start fight on that ballot paper. It's election night. It's election night. No injection now go help you. So I will encourage you, each and every one inside here. You see, all who never vote 2020, all of us inside here know people who never vote. All of us. Make certain you not bring them to the polling station. You see, if you can't talk to the person, other people feel that you can reach out to them. Reach out to some people and reach out to them. You can win by one vote, and you can lose by one vote. So every vote is important. Right now, I'm putting up on the gas. All of us foot is on the gas pedal. And we're not take it off on the gas pedal until this election over, because Comrade Azan must be the next member of parliament. Comrade Mark Bowling must be the next Prime Minister. And I tell you the truth, me not sit down up and reach if I know veranda and I look and some other people are pass. We know unite and Mark Bowling the Prime Minister, and we know unite. We know unite. If I egg, what we have to do? If I egg, we not it? Good. So all I can say to each and every one inside here, we are buckle up our shoes. And we are take on the road. Because Northwest must return in the caring hands of our MP, Comrade Richard Azan. So let me just thank each and every one for the turnout. I'm going to hold up my seat, because I'm not let off no food on them, I'm not let off no food on them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Councillor Williams.
you know, we take things to joke. While comment council was speaking and the phone would go off, I said there was a time when everybody was like, no, it's about the phone booth. Remember that? Huh? So nobody could just disturb and everybody head down. That's a come in here, that's a head come, you know. Like him appreciate. Understand? And it's a people's national party that caused that to happen. That you can stay in your bed, you can stay on your toilet, and you can attack the people anywhere in the world. I pay people that, and we should all remember that. That is the People's National Party, because all of us can have what you call an email address, we can live on TikTok, we can live on Facebook, we can live on Instagram, and you can name all the other gram there. But, comrade, I want to say to us, don't let us take things for granted. We come far, we've come very far, and sometimes we take one day to turn back. One day, you know, election day change up everything, and we don't understand that. So, at this time, I would ask Councillor Gordon to address you, comrade. Can you put your hands together?
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. The next member of Parliament from Northwest Clarendon. Comrade Stephen Williams, Councillor for the Richard Division. Comrade Karen Carter, caretaker for the Franklin Division. And our guest speaker, and the next member of Parliament for Central Manchester. Could you put your hands together for many of you may not know, but Comrade Mitchell, the mayor, presided over the Manchester Municipal Corporation, and is one of the most organized, financially stable, and up to date with their financial statements and everything in the parish. And we can get that from a PNP mayor. Can you imagine what we can get when we have a PNP Prime Minister like Mark Woolley? Right? Put your hands together for because when I little mix up in one with it, they nearly kill him down there. And talk about tea. That time he don't know not about now. And see there, it was going the books in Manchester. It puts me like a whistle. Comrades, I know everybody inside there. And I know that you know what to do. You're a good worker. You know what to do. You know the workers. You know what we're going through. You know the struggles. You know what our aim is and our mission is. Right? But there are some comrades who go around and even come at motorcades, come at meetings. But when they come to vote, they're afraid of voting. Some comrades don't love voting. And they celebrate with me. And talk to them comrades. You can't pass them little young people on the road and not stop and talk to them because them no take them parents and philosophy, you know, them not say because them mad at PNP, them are PNP. Them are PNP when they're around me, but them are not when they're by themselves. And when them hear their young friend talk about money, them not listen enough. So we have to find them. No, we can't wait for election. let's work back with you to find them and let us deal with them, talk to them. Some will get away from us, but we want most of them. And comrades, one last thing I want to say to you. Don't waste no time on the right. Because we can't get them. Don't waste no time. Don't care them at us. Because today we call the pastor parties and we call comrade there and I say, come here. Run, come here. The labor right, jump in our car and look about package. So they might go to the labor right, come hide and put them to do. They might quarrel over it still, but not watch them. All when they cuss and quarrel, they might come back on board. If we get with PMP, then we don't want to just go to the comrades. Let us go for our comrades. Leave them alone. We don't see them around one them. I'm afraid about them. I'm afraid about them. Green light with them a drive, because they use a thing now with them. Up here now with them is 10 car, and they 10 of them have a green light. So when they come, they just drive hard, bam, stop right on one bar. And then they go on like, they might buy this. But then guy bar and everybody say, they fight the bar. That's how they happen. So we now watch that. But yeah. So we know what to do. Our workers are good, and our workers make we know win no election, and our workers is that some people look at the last election. The last election we have after the count is the first in any box in any division or constituency here in Jamaica that have 100 and hard spoiled vote. You never hear that before. People vote, but them have some way where them general and do what they want to do. But as we say, we have to work. And I don't spoil vote like they can't vote neither. Because in the local government election, no riches, Franklin, Dunston, they're not spoiling vote once. One or two. You understand? So, all we need to do is to work on the government. Let us work on our government and everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Because I'm going to talk, say, Jamaican people, this and that, because them are not food. I tell you. And things get worse than how it is now. Things get worse than how it is now. So comrades, just hold the faith. And as I said, let us concentrate on our comrades and get them into the fold. Thank you very much.
I want to ask a question. Two questions. And I want the answer from the comrades. I want you to listen to me carefully the question. First question. You believe the JP want to win the election?
Yes.
I don't hear the question. Do you believe the JP want to win the election?
Yes, I believe so.
Those who are the leaders one, but the voters.
The second part of the question I want to ask. Do you believe we want to win the election?
Yes.
You believe we want to win?
Yes.
Alright. So if you believe we want to win the election, we can focus now. We could put away the phone for some time. And comrade, when you want the children going to an exam, preparing for exam, they must focus. That's right, go?
Yes.
So we have Comrade Mitchell travel from far to come and speak to the workers, you, me, because we want to win. So I don't want, while he's speaking, some of you have your head down, like you want to sleep. I mean, most of the people want to sleep. So we sit up and we turn the phone over. That if you are called, if somebody dead, they dead already. Comrade, it is focus time. All right? Somebody just sent me one message and said she travels from Frankfield every morning to Scotland to bring her son to school, and the child late every morning because between Frankfield and Scotland there's that one good spot on the road. And she served for every teacher that come from this side, go to Edwin Allen, or Kilsit, or Frankfield Primary School. So, you know, if you were at Bishop Mark Short Church, we'd have put you somewhere else. Because the sister before you supposed to have a focus. So big this stuff. Comrade, our guest speaker this afternoon is no stranger to this part of Clarendon. But the bigger part of it, when I listened to his campaign manager last night, I said, there's a circle. There's a circle. There was one time that Comrade John Jr. was, Comrade Donovan Mitchell was Comrade John Jr. campaign manager. And he turned around now, that he make sure that he will put his son up to the rightful place. So he's serving a long time in the People's National Party. And Royals at Division. And anybody you can put in there and they win it. Because in a general election, we lost it to the JLP. But in a parish council election, they vote for the People's National Party for this council. Comrade Donovan and myself coming from the old school of the 80s when friends were few and in me enough. And you understand about the struggles of the People's National Party. That when things are so easy now, that you look at some of the young people that know and so things easy with them. You know, everything now is on tablet and all of that. We used to have to use paper to go canvas. And when we shoes and all of that. And we have no motor vehicle. And we're hungry to make sure that in 1986 we taste a sweet victory in the parish council election. And by 1989, we sweep out the Labour Party. Yes. This time around, comrade, we are going the same way. He lead the Manchester Corporation, where there's only 3 JLP there. So therefore, it tells us that we are going to make sure you send me to Parliament and Comrade Donovan, wait for me now, William see you. Does that go? Yes. All right. So he now can't let me know now, William see you now. So I must stay down there, wait for me. So at this time, Comrade, I'm going to ask you to put your hands together.
Can everybody hear me? Yes. First at the top who is not hearing me, let me see your hand. All right. Oh, you put the phones together, put them down. About 5 minutes. I'm not talking to you for long. But if you have your Bibles, I want you to turn them with me. your member of parliament, I can't celebrate him. Because I think he's your member of parliament, even though I'm not getting paid for it. Comrade Richard Azan for inviting me here this afternoon. It was only last night that I had the non-patriot divisional conference. I had a soft opening of my campaign office this morning. Priest came in and blessed it with holy water, pray for us. We eat a few sandwiches and we enjoy ourselves. But I want to also greet Comrade Gordon. I don't know if he lives in Mandeville or he lives in anywhere else, but I seem to often in Mandeville, I don't know when he's not up here. But it seems like he's always up here while he's down in Mandeville. Right? I want to greet Comrade Martin. I mean, we worked together, we met each other down in the In and Town division on the border there, because I was in charge of one section of North Clarendon and she was on Northwestern Clarendon, making sure the People's National Party won the In and Town division, and we did our work. Comrade Stephen is like you can't go in the kitchen and he's not there. He's like sugar everywhere you turn in the kitchen. There's a bottle with some sugar. He was with us in Patrick last night. I want to big you up, sir. I want to thank my two traveling colleagues with me. One is the chairman for the Royal Flat Division. I'm the councillor, he's the chairman. So we run things. I take instructions from him. I'm not his boss, he's really my boss. And I want to thank the other comrade who is from the Belfield Division. I just want to talk to you quickly on a matter or a subject from a verse of scripture that I love dearly to my heart. There are two scriptures. And I want you to analyze and bring both scriptures into where we are as a constituency in Northwest Clarendon. The first scripture is from Philippians chapter 3, verses 12 through 14. And it reads, "Brethren, I think not of myself to be apprehended. But this one thing I do, I'm forgetting the things that are behind me, and I'm reaching forward, pressing towards the mark of the higher calling in Jesus Christ." The second one is Judges chapter 2, verse 10. And I'll paraphrase. It says, "There are a few children in Israel who doesn't know what God has done for Israel." You like that one, right? Yes. There are few children in Israel that doesn't know what God has done for Israel. Therefore, my first topic is remembering. I remember 2020 when I heard that Comrade Azan lose, I knew we lost the entire election. Because for a man of Comrade Azan, a comrade like Comrade Azan, to lose Northwest Clarendon, it means therefore people weren't remembering what he had done. What he did in Moko, what he did not Moko, what he did in Thompson, what he did in Summerfield, what he did in Cumberland, what he done in Riches, and all of those places. You see, my first wife is from Cumberland, so I come up to these places sometimes to look for my son. My sister-in-law used to live down by Badrock, Patsy. Used to work at, I think it's Scotiabank or somewhere there. So I know the area very well. I do go to church down at Trout Hall sometimes, so I know what I'm talking about. And I go to Silent Hill very regularly, because that's where my favorite church outside of my church is. But comrades, what I want to say to you tonight is that if we don't remember what Comrade Azan has done for Northwestern Clarendon, we will not do well. So therefore, drives me to the second point, in that as workers, as foot soldiers, as leaders in your own PD, you must testify. It is important, and that is why at church service they say you have a testimony service, because you want somebody to tell somebody what has happened in your life and how things have changed. So your testimony tonight is to go by the byways and edges in this division, or where you are from, district by district, hills and valley, and to tell the people, testify to them what Comrade Richard Allen has done. To also tell them what the People's National Party have done for this country, Jamaica land we love. Last night I was addressing my comrades at the conference, and I said, you know, I hear a little lady running up our mouth about for 40 years or 30 years we have not done anything in central Manchester. And I looked to myself and said, this lady must be an idiot or something, or she's still sleeping. Because there is no way, if you have not done anything, the people must be idiots. To have voted for you in 89, they voted for us in 93, they voted for us in 97, they voted for us in 2002, they voted for us in 2007, and they voted for us in 2011, and they voted for us in 2016. Them can't fool us. No matter what happens, they put something.
They vote again in 2024.
That is the first one is the general election. My first time in election was 1998, and they voted for me. I lost in 2003 when we lost the parish council. And I know why, and I took every blame for that election. Because I'm a fair person. But they voted for me in 2007, in 2012, in 2016, in 2020. It can't be that the people them just love me stuff enough. So comrades, there are some people who tend to forget. So in your testimony, you have to remind them. Remind them what Comrade Hassan has done. How many roads he has fixed. How many community centers he has built. How many computers he has put into the schools. How many older persons he had helped. How many young people he has helped. When you look at the musical instruments that is it Regis Primary and all the schools, and you look what is happening, this constituency will never be out of musicians. And music today is not just music like yesterday. Music today is business. So many young persons and many students leaving school will end up being better off than us as their parents. And that is what we want. But in testifying to these people, you have to remind them that the time is now. What about now? Now is the time to get rid of corruption. Now is the time for all of us to tell our children and our grandchildren that today is the day, not tomorrow. Because when Tuesday comes, it's not tomorrow, it is today. So every day is going to be today. So every day you will have to tell them something about what the PMP have done. Because there has been no real development in Northwest Clarendon without a Richard Hassan. When they bash him about the market and they bash him about everything, him just sit down and take it. No, sometimes you don't want to fight for anything. You make the Lord fight the battle. But in testifying, you have to remind the people one by one that when it comes to education, it's the People's National Party. When it comes to health, it's the People's National Party. When it comes to road, Mr. Fix-It is right here. Comrades, when you travel from Stallings to Inn and Town, so help me God. The comrade over back there, I tell him, when we had to go to Inn and Town, comrades, we had to use the tallest of vehicles and the best of all four-wheel vehicles to travel those roads. It was never so when Comrade Hassan was in charge. And you need to remind the people. Every day now people have to go to the mechanic shop and they have to go to the part shop to buy a front end. If you continue the same way, the vehicles will not have any front end. They will lose everything. So, Comrade, the People's National Party has put forth some things that we will do. And, you know, through the JLP, there are copycats. We can't put on everything one time. Mark Bowden has said that they'll provide one meal. One to one enough. When I was going to primary school, I used to get breakfast in the morning and lunch. You know, who is as old as I am?
Are you the farm?
We're not supposed to talk about uniform because when June come and we were leaving school, I used to get 5 shirts and 4 pants.
Yes.
That is what we used to get, the material for 5 shirts and 4 pants. So our parents never used to talk about uniform. And we used to have the reading books. It is in primary school that primary school stopped me from eating sardine because we have so much so take me to me in. To me they call it, right? And everybody we can't buy sardine now. Because sardine is so expensive. But yet, when we used to go to primary school, every child would have their breakfast. You either have sardine, or you have porridge, or you have something, but you had a healthy breakfast. What these children are getting now, by the time them go in a class, them fast asleep. Too much sugar. At lunchtime, we used to get bulgur and chicken back. Bulgur cannot be bought now because the price of bulgur is more expensive than rice. I have 6 packs of bulgur in my place because I love bulgur. Bulgur is more nutritious for you. Comrades, what Comrade Mark says, our children have to be fed for them to learn. How many teachers we have in here? Only 1, 2. And they'll understand that if a child is not nourished enough, when they come to school, by 10 o'clock them fast asleep, they're knocked out. They're knocked out in the class. So Mark says he'll fix that. Not only that, but he will also assist with the transportation for students to go to school. The other day I see the PEP exam, somebody sent me the comprehension side of it. And it was all about Portmore. When we took common entrance, Comrade Hassan, they give you a story to write. And you have to think. But now they give you something that not even 11th graders in high school can read and comprehend them. But the 11-year-olds and 10 plus have to sit down, and we push so much on them that when they get to high school, and this is the problem, you know, when they get to high school, they have a block. They bring them down. So it takes another time for the engine to rev up. So comrades, when it comes to housing, it is the People's National Party who knows about housing. I give you one example. Look at Melrose Mews. When we decided that we should start something at Melrose Mews, I look at Comrade June and say, but this man must be a madman. And today, if you look at Melrose Mews, when those lots were being sold, they started selling them at $187,000. One lot at Melrose Mews now is for $7 million. That's what people are selling those lots for. And it is the People's National Party and Comrade Patterson and Comrade Blythe who did the Operation Pride and made sure that people had somewhere And we never give them houses, we give them land. Because one thing with Jamaica, everybody bossy. I had some students from Canada one time and we were touring Mandeville. And one of them said, sir, there's so many hotels you have in Jamaica. Seriously. And I had to explain to them that these are people's private dwelling. Jamaicans are bossy people. You love to have them upstairs, downstairs, and we used to say, underneath the cellar. But when we look at them, the People's National Party gives us a chance to start. And we build one room at a time. We don't want to build everything one time, we build it one room at a time. Because when you are finished, as Jamaicans, as black men and women, your pride, your real estate, your main asset is in that little piece of Jamaica that all of us love. But you know what is happening right now as we speak? If you follow Alibaba and the 40 thieves, all the lands in Jamaica will be sold out to their friends, and we don't have any. And so that is why Mark Bolin, who will be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, there's no doubt about that, is going to rescue us from the hands of those wicked people. But comrades, as you testify, you have to take responsibility for the next election as workers. Because you know, as a candidate in the general election, when you talk to people, it's like they want to stick you up. They want house and land one time. They want housing, they want back to school, they want burial assistance, they want everything one time and they want it now. But Comrade Hassan is not the member of parliament. The member of parliament has gone missing. And whoever they are trying to replace him as the member of parliament for that side, then they are missing because Andrew and them no plan to go line. And Andrew have said that over his dead body is that man running. So comrades, we have to use up our energy and take responsibility for every single voter that is on the voters list that promise us that they will vote for the People's National Party. As the comrade have said, don't waste no time for the labor right. I have 6,000 or 6,500 labor rights that if it's dog running in central Manchester, they will vote for the dog. You have some constituency, we have some labor rights, and no matter who are run, them will vote. Concentrate on those persons who are leaning towards the PMP, who are dietic PMP, and who are friends of Richard Hassan, and want to see Comrade Hassan becomes the next member of parliament for Northwest Clarendon. You don't have to waste powder and blackboard. You don't have to waste powder and blackboard because when they shake up, they become black again. Whatever you have to share, share it among the comrades. Share it among those who feel that they are a part and they are waiting to be a part of the People's National Party. Who can walk the streets and the valleys. Who can go into every household and talk to somebody and remind them what Richard Hassan has done for the people of Northwestern Clarendon. And when you do that, as night follows day, these people will think and remember when they get into the polling station on that day, probably it's 8 weeks from now, or 10 weeks from now, or 12 weeks from now. But they can't pass September 7th. So make up your mind. When that day comes, we want to make sure that every vote for Richard Hassan is a solid PMP vote. So while you are out there canvassing, and this is one of the very most important things, I think it was today, Comrade Clarendon and I was looking at one of the indoor agents' book from last year. And all I see in the book is some figures. 7165, 7172, 71. I don't know what they are. So comrades, in our training, we have to make sure that we know the people who are coming into the polling station to vote. That's very important. We have to know the 1 in 20 or the 1 in 10. And it don't make any sense to give John Brown somebody name with John Brown and the person don't talk. Because John Brown coded name off the feeding and name out your can't peace. Or John Brown wife and I look your husband or whatever it is, and so nobody not talk to you one another. So if you can't talk to John Brown, find who can talk to John Brown and remind John Brown that it is the People's National Party and Richard Hassan they are voting for so that Mark Golding can be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. It is simple as that. If all of us do what we have to do, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that come election night, because the vote them so enough and so heavy for the People's National Party, them can't count them have to weigh them. It's like you go to sell $20 and then something now, you know. They don't count them in, they weigh them. They have different weights for them. But comrades, the fact is, Richard Hassan don't win the election yet. Some of us are saying that we have won the election already. This is not so. We win the elections at 5 o'clock election day. That is when the polls are closed. So nobody should be drinking no rum and boom and no rum and whatever until after 5. And those who come in to vote in the polling station, we should know them. We must know where they're sleeping. You must know who coming from Montego Bay. You must know who coming from Kingston. You must know who coming from St. Anne's Bay. And do the preparation from now to say that Marcia McIntosh come from up the top, sir. But you're working in St. Anne's Bay. And it will cost $2,000 fare, so you're going to write down all of that information. So that after Marcia come up and vote, she doesn't become frustrated and start to vex from day one in the PNP. But Marcia fare is put down because you have planned for Marcia to come and vote. You hear me, comrades? That is one of my major tasks in my constituency. Making sure that the people that are out of the constituency and coming in to vote, their fare is ready so that you can pay your fare and go back and go watch your TV and go listen to your radio to hear that Donovan Mitchell is the next Member of Parliament for Central Manchester. And that Richard Hassan, that's coming to us. And that Richard Hassan will be the next Member of Parliament for North West Clarendon. But there's one other thing you have to do, comrades. When you do your canvassing, and you prepare your little 1 in 20 or 1 in 10, you must know if Brother Charlie is an early voter or is a 1 o'clock voter. So you don't sit down at the polling station waiting for Charlie at 7 o'clock when you know that Charlie not coming until 1 o'clock. So your little list that you have must tell you say John Brown coming at 7. But Charlie coming at 1 because Charlie have to go down and they so go tie out the goat, them feed the cow, give them water, stick to a hill of yam. Because half time done that and him beat and him come up and him go vote, him going to go run a Miss Mary shop run at the corner because the shop can't open all day. But generally I run a Miss Mary shop back in trade. That is all so much that we have to learn the people that are going to be voting in this election. Comrades, money can't buy everything. And so all of us eyes have to be watching the people that are supposed to be voting. Those that will take money and vote for the JFD, you know them. Anybody is interested, you know that you have to give them $5 to vote or $10. Probably don't know what separation is. Because so many of us as Jamaicans at this time cannot find a nice dinner. Many of us have to determine if it's Marsha go to school Monday, and Patricia go Tuesday, and then Marsha go Wednesday, and Patricia go Thursday, there are some of us who can't send the pick of them all 5 days to school because we do not have the money. But if they vote for the People's National Party, if they vote for Richard Hassan, they are guaranteed that come September morning, Marsha and the other one can go to school 5 days a week because the People's National Party has prepared and presented a plan that everybody, every child will learn because every child can learn. So come on, what is my charge to you tonight? When you leave here, you will take up your voters list and you will move along the line, house to house, lane to lane, street to street, arms house, no house, board house, button down house, you name it, and you're going to find that PMP voter and be friends with them from now. Do not let anybody have to say it's because election make them a seal. If you know you have this 10 person, go visit them. Even take 10 days a piece to go visit them. But visit them to make them know that you will be making sure that they come out election day and vote for Richard Hassan. If you build that friendship with them from now, it will be very easy for that person to come out election day and vote. I remember one of my elections, I was passing a yard down in a district of mine, I can't call on him. And another person, one of the workers who was supposed to be working that PD was in the vehicle and both of us came out. And the lady on the veranda said, you don't come up on my yard. Because if the candidate did not come or Mr. Mitchell did not come, we wouldn't see enough time to drive past the yard with the van glass up. Comrade, that cannot be said about you. Even if you don't have nothing to give them, stop. Come here, how you do, how you feel, how they feel, and talk to them. Persons just want to feel special. And even if they say, listen to me go on one black job, remind them that the reason they can get the black job and how they can get the black job is because when they vote for Richard Hassan can provide the black job. Because he can't do it now. He's not a member of parliament. So each of us that are seated here today has a responsibility for your children and your grandchildren. I hear our bread. Them say my sweet pepper nose, I don't know. Prime Minister says that he wants to kill PMPism out of Jamaica. Let me tell you what he wants to kill. Anything that the PMP name is called on, he wants to kill it. Yes. So that the remembrance of the PMP is done with. And that is why I tell them to tell him that Brooks Park in Mandeville, the name can't change. Yeah. And as comrades, you have to stand up for your own right. You have a God-given right to what you believe in. And comrades, your vote is not for sale. It is probably the only legal right you have that is left in this country. Everything else is taken away from us. Them sell off every beach side where we used to go swim. Them sell everything to all different type of people. All them who have 28 bank accounts, all them who did borrow money from whichever bank and remember to pay for it. Whoever they are, they don't remember that you are alive today. They only want to see another term. And if they want 2016 and want 2020, which is 2 terms, why is only the 3rd term that is to come is for the people? What about the 1st term they had won? Because all they're rolling out now is the people's term, is the 3rd term. So the 1st term and the 2nd term was their term. So their bank was full now. But you want your bank to full and you want 28 bank accounts. So People's National Party and honor Mark Golding and honor Richard Asana. So my comrades, the time has come for us to get rid of a corrupt government, a government that means you no good, a government that don't have the poor in mind. And I will tell you, because any government who believes that salvation is better than education cannot be a government for you. Any government that believes every child can learn and every child must learn, that's the government we believe in. And every government will tell you that the Jamaica Teaching Council bill or Jamaica or the JTC bill, if a teacher have any problem and she find herself in a problem, them say she in a problem or him in a problem, and they are brought before the teaching council, and she had to get a lawyer to go there, and she win the case, they will not refund her any money to pay for that lawyer. It has to come out of them pocket. It can't work. Our teachers are our greatest asset. If you're a minister of religion, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a thief, if you're the greatest scammer, it takes a teacher to help you to learn to scam. Education is the foundation for our black man and woman, for our children. So your commitment today is not only to Comrade Azan, but it is a commitment to the People's National Party. It's a commitment to your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and the future generation to make sure that Jamaica land we love is secured for the first term for the People's National Party and will be ever secured for the time to come, because the time has come for a man who is fair, who is just, who is honest, who don't want nothing, who could sit at his home and don't have to run no politics because Mark Golding alone have enough money that he can't do. Comrades, it is your duty, my duty, to remind the people what Richard Hassan has done for Northwest, to testify to them what you have gotten, and do not afraid to tell them, say, you get to a black drum, or you get 5 bags of cement, or you help you bury your son, or help you finish go to school. Too many of us have gotten things from members of parliament and persons in political offices, and are afraid to tell people that you get it. But if we share the news, if we spread the news, when election day is come and over, I will wait for Richard at Williamsfield. Michael will leave and come from Mile Gully and meet me at Williamsfield. And Peter Bunting coming from Newport and Baldwin coming from Christiana. All of us will meet together and travel up the road to Duke Street because time comes. God bless
you. Comrades, can we clap your hand for the... I sit down and I observe that the students were listening.
Yes.
And I have to say to all of you, apart from
That's the good part.
the mother and daughter, next time we have to separate them. But I believe every one of us inside here learned something this afternoon. Say God? Because when Comrade Mitchell was speaking about the food in school when they were growing up,
Yeah.
I said to some people that they remember that Michael Manley used to give picnic uniform. That is not because school. But you know, some people just forget everything, you know. This People's National Party done more for Jamaica than any other government. But because over a period of time, we get this thing, me no get, army get, army want, and all of that. Comrade Mitchell said, if one road fix, all of the benefit. So that's it on the road. When we do all the work here at the Sangility Primary School, I got one picnic, a grand picnic, our nephew and niece. It benefit all of us. So this thing about money, because if you don't get something in your pocket, a benefit, we have to forget it. So again, I want to thank Comrade Mitchell for excellent presentation. And I'm asking the comrades, are you ready for the road? If you're ready for the road, it is for all of us, comrade, as he said, the canvas must done. We must know our voters. And we must know our neighbors. And we must know those who did not vote 2020, that we can be able to approach them. We know them, you know. Because we have those who voted 2016 and those who did not vote 2020. So I know them. And we are engaging some. But it can't be me or the council or a couple of us. It is all of us.
Yes.
So once again, thank you. And it was a real successful evening. Can you put your hands together for yourself? And before we close, there's a young lady inside here. I went half a big hour. I remember 2020 election, Comrade Mitchell. There was a little group of young people were put together to do some canvassing. And despite some people afraid of COVID and all that. And I remember they come and they said to me, say that, why some people say certain things at certain places and you need to go and see them. And they, you know, somebody can't vote. And the first election I ever vote. And nurse Stanley, stand up. She was one of them. And now she has studied to be a nurse. But she was and she advertised this meeting over and over. If nobody else advertises, she advertises.
Okay.
And I watch you. Thank you. Thank you. And that is what we need. If all of us do little by little, work becomes done. So thanks to everybody for coming out, and we're going to stand and sing the trumpet. After 3, 1, 2, 3.
The trumpet sound in the country renowned, awake from your slumber and answer the call. The torch has been lighted, the dawn is at hand. Who joins in the fight for his own native land? Land of my birth, I pledge to thee, loyal, faithful, true to thee.
Good night, comrades. Say right.
So there are the people, thanks for watching, thanks for sharing. So, alright. Remember, keep subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, this and more, okay? Alright, so we keep you updated, alright? Yes. Thank you.